everybody. So I am at Rock of Ages, the largest, most famous granite quarry in the world. And I am going to go on a tour and check it out. I'm in the museum right now. Again, I'm not going to film the whole museum because I think people should come and see stuff like this themselves. These stones are just so beautiful. Look at that one, it's got a bird in it. And this one has a little teddy bear for a child. They just do beautiful, beautiful work, and there are granite carving craftsmen that have been here for more than 30 years. Look at that. That almost looks like a Christmas scenery. It's just beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to go check out the bowling alley because I have a little while to wait before I go on my tour. I should take a picture of that angel. That's pretty. This is the Granite Bowling Alley. I'm going to try and knock those pins down. When I get back home, I need to practice bowling because I bowled all 3 of those balls, which, by the way, they're soft balls and plastic pins, and I didn't hit anything. Guttered all 3. Anyway, peace out. It's beautiful out here. You can see the granite up there. This is really a pretty place, and I think it's cool they have this bowling alley here. But I apparently need to start bowling again so I can practice. Here's an outside sample of some of their work. And the video that I did on Hope Cemetery, all of those came from here too. Aren't these just beautiful? And it's interesting because there are a few of the like black or the darker gray marble ones, but in the cemetery there weren't very many of those. So I wonder what makes people choose the lighter ones over the darker ones, or what's the color? Because look at this. I mean, that's beautiful, that red color. I don't know. I know it sounds weird that I'm videotaping tombstones or gravestones, however you call them, or however you want to call them, but it's because of the impressive work that these people do, and I can't wait to see the artists working on them. That's going to be pretty dang cool. Anyway, bye! Again, Rock of Ages, most famous granite quarry in the world. Look at that view. Isn't that beautiful?
This is the E.L. Smith Quarry. It was started in 1880. Rock of Ages purchased it in the 1940s.
Look at that.
This is one of the older quarries. In fact, they're all started.
I'm trying to record over a fence, so it's a little bit weird. But it is beautiful. Rock of Ages Quarry.
We own all the quarries.
And then look at the view of the mountains over there. That's gorgeous.
We have this one, and we have
anyway, it's actually kind of hard to record this way. But you can see the different colors of the granite down in the quarry.
Yellow, because that's not crushed. And right across, you can't see because of the trees, but right across the road from it is the dark quarry.
It's pretty cool. You could actually see the old wooden ladders that the guys used when they used to work in the quarry.
And I always felt myself as an outsider because that's the way. Heavy rain and the water comes down off the hills and stuff. The water is muddy in color. This happens to be gray.
It's so pretty.
Green. That's why I like it. Now, the minerals in granite, we have quartz, feldspar, mica, iron, and silica. Silica is what we have into a machine, and they also check our hearing. And that hearing is funny to me, because what they do is they bring that big long trailer up, get rooms inside it, you get in there, you sit down, and then they take that soundproof door and they shut it. The first thing that happens to you, your ears pop. And then they say, can you hear this? So anyway, we just think it's funny the way they do that to us. So anyway, it was a Douglas fir. It came out of Washington, Oregon State. They shipped it in by train. They took it to a sawmill. We cut the sides, we cut the back off it. We made it 6-sided. And then we soaked it with creosote. Creosote is a known carcinogen, known cancer-causing element. So, what the EPA did, it said as long as we leave that there, there's a pole right there, there's a dirt right there, it's a Douglas fir. The EPA says you leave it there, we have nothing to do with it. But if we move it, they're going to tell us where to stick it. So we leave it there. Now, we have a little problem because that's all we have is these poles that are around here.
I'm back. So if you guys are ever in Vermont, you have to come to the Rock of Ages and take the tour. The guy Roger who does the tour did a fantastic job. And then after he takes you on a tour out to the quarry, or even before, there's a movie you watch that explains it, and then there's a factory tour. So I'm gonna go check out the factory. Oh, and I guess I should say that this factory is real artisans, real sculptures, real people that have done this for generations, and sometimes they pass their skill down to the next generation. So there are two guys in here who are father and son, and it was grandfather, then father and son. It's kind of loud. Okay, I'm going to turn you off to go up the stairs, because we all know what happens when I try to record and go upstairs. Bye. From outside, this place does not look this big. So there's a whole truck with big old pieces of granite. This granite and stuff in here weighs tons, not pounds, tons. I'm going to go around the pole for a minute. Look at that. Pretty dang cool. I'm hoping I can get some close-ups of somebody's art. This is beautiful. Look at how big it is out there. So this side has a plexiglass to protect you, but they're actually lifting a stone with a Hoyer lift, because even though it looks small, it's too heavy for people to lift. And there is a carving of Jesus and somebody's tombstone. It is pretty cool. I haven't seen any close-up artist work yet, but I'm hoping I get to. But the place is like huge and really, really loud. Anyway, I've got to go down those stairs, so I'll check back with you in a minute. Bye. That was the end of the tour. Some pictures were difficult for me to take, and so was video because of all the fencing around it, which obviously they need that for safety. But I hope you get the gist that it is a cool place to visit, and that it is really a historical site for America, because it is the largest granite quarry in the world and the most famous. And most of those tombstones that are over in Hope Cemetery came from here. It's pretty cool. They have a little bin where you can go get a sample of the granite. So I'm gonna go get me a little piece of treasure to take back home. Really beautiful grounds too. Like I told you, everywhere in Vermont, the tours are very inexpensive, and they have beautiful grounds to walk around. They have picnic tables. They have things for you and your kids to do. Every single place had that. I think that's cool. The size of the tires of the trucks that actually move this granite. What actually makes them also impressive is they're thick too. They're not just huge, they're thick. And that yellow box up there, that is what it's called, a man box, and it was what was used to take all the men to the bottom of the quarry so they could work. It took them 15 minutes to get down, 15 minutes to get up. Pretty cool. I think I'm not sure if I mention often enough, but the views everywhere in Vermont are beautiful. I didn't know until I got here that Vermont was also well known for its mountains, and they're a little bit different. The Rockies are tall and sharp, and the Smokies are tall, sharp with round areas. These are not what you would call rolling hills, but I guess rolling mountains, because they still have steep grades and they're still pretty high, but they more have a roll to them than a sharpness. I don't know. I know that's weird about the mountains, but if you know me, you know I'm a nerd, and that's why I'm doing this. This is where you can take samples of the granite. And look, they've got some red and some black and some of the gray. Ooh, and some of the whiter gray. That's pretty cool. So I might just have to take me one of every color. My souvenirs, I got gray, black, and red. I'm gonna set it up in my yard somewhere. I don't even know if I mentioned, but on this trip I also got stone from Crazy Horse. I've got rocks from just all different kinds of places all over our country that I traveled to. It's a nice way to bring it to a close and have little treasures. Bye!